Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Car's still here at the shop. We are finishing up a couple of things. We're gonna put the front shocks in today. I moved the shock sensor. I'll show you. All right. Oh, we got the fuel system apart. I drained it. And both pre-filters there. I still gotta take out the post here. I moved the shock sensor from that side to this side to the right side. Now we gotta wire this. But we're gonna go take these apart and see if there's any crud in them. They look like hell. A little bit of garbage in there, nothing crazy. How a piece of silicone gets in my fuel system is beyond me. But this is why we run filters. Got the new shocks in. Boom, boom, fresh rebuilds from Afterworks, brand new, just like new, I should say, double adjustables. So now we can hopefully cut some better 60s. New control arms, new shocks. It's looking pretty clean and fresh under here. Hold on, is this dirty? This is dirty. It's looking mighty nice. Started to run wiring out through the hole in the body. I have a plate coming from Monkey Fab, which I'll show you guys. Probably be in this video. What else? I cleaned all the fuel filters. I showed that. Moved the shock sensor over. Got that remounted, so we got to wire that in. I think we're pretty much. Everything looks so nice and clean and new. Everything's pretty much done here. A lot of work. It's gonna go home now. Tomorrow's gonna rain. So Thursday, I'll probably bring it home Thursday and get it in the garage. And I gotta start plumbing and wiring. Turbo drains on each side. Up to there. So hopefully those come down front, you know, somewhere over there. We'll see. But I need to get brake lines. But I think what I'm going to do is get 90-degree fittings for here, so I can loop it down and up and in. But we'll see. I can't even tell there was a fire in here anymore. Looking good. It's looking good. All right. Well, I'll get it loaded in the trailer one of these days here soon and get it home and start assembling some more stuff with it. So I was gonna bring the car home to start wiring it, but I figured I'd do it here at the shop. So I got engine harness, which don't mind this piece of junk Holly harness. I was gonna buy a Devon harness, but now that I'm going Coyote, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year and buy a Devon harness for a Coyote and just reuse fix what's wrong with the Holly. I got some battery cables under here, fan wiring, all sorts of stuff. I got battery terminals we gotta put in, bulkheads for the cables. And right now I'm working on my new battery kill setup. A couple companies sell these contactors. So this is essentially a relay, 250 amp relay, and it's just a giant relay. It's a contactor, and then you can wire switches to it. Power in and out, obviously. And it's smaller in the size. This is the switch I ordered. I mounted in the bumper where the old hole was. And it's a marine switch, actually. You can see it's dipped in red. The whole switch is red there. So what's nice is I'm going to be able to get another switch and put it on my roll cage and wire these in parallel? Series? I always get confused on which terminology. So I can have a switch inside the car, but this one will have to be on. And I can just leave that on all the time and use the one inside the car. How cool is this sign, huh? That thing is sweet. It's running off battery. So yeah, I'll be able to run it and just control the battery with a switch inside the car, but both will work. But we'll wire it so this one has to be on. So is it, I think that's in series? I don't know, I can never remember. This is a nice switch. Loctited everything on, so hopefully it doesn't fall off. But it's way nicer than the rod that was here. I gotta mount this, I gotta find a place to mount this. And start running cable. I just don't know where to mount this. I'm probably just gonna mount it somewhere right there and come off the battery and in, or plus, minus, so maybe it's in and out. I don't know, I gotta look it up. And then in and then out. I can't remember what this wire goes to. I don't know if there's a ground to the engine. I'll do some wiring. I'll run the engine harness, start running fans. I'm waiting on some bulkhead parts from Monkey Fab, and we'll start getting this in. But these are nice. Oh God, as I drop them. They're nice, but they're expensive. They're aluminum. And they have all sorts of mounting holes for bolts. Obviously come with all the bolts too. Get these bad Larrys in there. All right, got the contactor mounted back here with some riv nuts, so that's bolted down nice. Put the battery back in, but I gotta start wiring this. Wire this and wire this switch, but I gotta get a switch for the inside of the car before I can wire any of that. And I gotta make this all nice and neat and mounted. Clean the tops of these posts because they're rusty. Put the battery back in and we could start running cables on this thing. So I left my battery crimper at home. That's gonna have to wait, so we might do other things right now. I figure out what the hell this went to. This is either an engine ground. I think this is an engine ground all the way up to the motor. I gotta look at it. Or it might be power to the fuse panel. I don't know. But as part of the fuse panel, it's gonna need some red. Alright, we're finishing up some battery wiring, hopefully. Go ahead. Don't stop working because of this video. So, I've got it from the battery to the contactor, from the contactor to the firewall. I got the ground that goes from the engine, from the firewall to the battery hooked up. I have to make a new cable that goes from battery to frame, and then I have to make another ground that goes engine to frame up here. I've been half a day staring at and moving around these templates for the rad locks because I'm trying to future-proof Coyote, because Coyote is like here, you know, the motor's huge. So every picture I've been looking at, this is where the old heater core is, right about here. Looks like it's a solid spot. I said, screw it, just now, start drilling some holes, because I'm done with it. If you don't know what a rad lock is from Amphenol, show you. I think I've gone over it. So I got these from Maven. He sells them, but obviously Amphenol makes them and you can get them anywhere. And this is the firewall bulkhead. He sells them in many configurations. I got it with a bolt-on fitting on the back because this doesn't ever come off. It's this side. But you can see it's got the, and it's just a quick disconnect. We'll crimp the cable into there, heat sink this all nice, and then mount it on the firewall, and it's your bulkhead pass-through, and quick. You don't need no tools, nada. Nice. So that's what we're working on. We saw the templates. Now I'm gonna start to drill them, and take it back when it's all mounted up. All right, it made it back home. I had a package here from my buddy Mike at Monkey Fab. Y'all really doing a disservice to yourself if you don't shop on his website first for a lot of things. You know, guys down there at Monkey Fab do a really good job, and they got a lot of cool stuff. What we have here is a failure to communicate. So some waterproof plastic bulkhead fittings that are pretty cheap. These are a couple of bucks a piece. These are gonna go up in my fender well, and hopefully I get no more water in my floorboards when I drive in the rain from those worthless Seals It junks. Well, these are the big ones. That might not be big enough. Showed you, did I show you where the wiring harness goes through the tunnel? Well, another junk Seals It. It was completely and utterly destroyed in wide open engine bay. Was able to see remnants of oil up through the hole there. So Mike sells this. He doesn't make these. I forgot the company that did. Hopefully it's on the part. HG Manufacturing. This is a bulkhead pass-through that you can have your wires already in place. See that? And then you have an 1.5 inch. This is an 1.5 inch. There's like 4 or 5 sizes. And it is, like, these things are sharp. Jeez. Oh, so I finished up, well, I didn't finish it up, but I finished installing the rad locks. This is the power to the radiator, to the starter. And this will be the ground from the battery. Those things are so nice. I dig them. I dig them. I don't like how they mount, especially the smaller ones. Bolt holes are kind of close together. Bolt holes are kind of janky. And if you pull it tight, I'm not going to be able to go all the way forward. What in the same hell? It starts to crush the gasket. So I think I'm going to change out all the nuts to lock nuts. This way it's not an issue. Because I have a feeling, dang it. Go away. I have a feeling those things are just going to rattle loose. Ugh. Oh, let me show you my new mouse pad, or my new computer laptop pad for the car. Yeah. Reminder of what not to do again. Ooh. Would it be too much of me to buy a floater rear end solely to be able to remove an axle to push this thing around? Is that too much? It's a lot of money, but it certainly would make life a whole lot easier. Good golly. All the stuff we still have to install. Oh, look, more. Hopefully this works. So it goes just like that. And yeah, it's too big. Of course. I should have got the 1-inch one, but I'll bolt it down and I'll see what I can do here. Let me show you how well the DEI heat sleeve works. Let me throw this crap away. You see that? And it's fine. It's not brittle or hard. It's soft. And obviously that's where the fire was. But it's all fine the rest of the way. That stuff works well. Proof's right there. You know, the proof is right there showing you that. I'll do the turbo drains in that the whole way. And yeah. That screen's down.
No shit, Sherlock. I'm trying to rescue a bee and he's refusing.
So this DEI heat sleeve right here. So plumbing's done. Everything's done. Minus, well, plumbing's not done. Don't let me lie. I gotta plumb the turbo drains still. Each turbo's gotta get plumbed. And the boost controller has to get plumbed. But I don't have my wastegates on the car, so I can't plumb those. But we are leaps and bounds better than we were last week. I think the last thing we're gonna do in this video is mount that harness plate, and we'll call it even. Even Steven. I hate Steves. Okay, so I got the holes drilled for that thing. Alright, let's see some bolts in there. That's gonna lay nice and flat. But I have to do this with two people, because someone's gonna have to go, let me get rid of this. Someone's gonna have to go under the car and hold the nuts up to that. And you see my whole team here? Yeah, that's not gonna happen tonight. We're just gonna wrap this video up, waiting to see if it's gonna rain or not. Keeps threatening. But I'm gonna get this film uploaded and edited and posted, and I won't bore you guys with tightening bolts and such like that. We're gonna come back. I ordered my injectors tonight. What else? Valve covers are ordered. God willing, those come in any day now. I don't know when they're coming in, but if it goes another week or two, I'm probably just gonna get a refund on them and find a different set. You know, I'll stick stock valve covers on it for now. And I wonder, let's take a quick look, take a quick gander if that would even work. I have stock valve covers, but there's only one that's accessible right about now. This is a passenger side. I don't know why there's bolts, there's no grommets on it. You know, something of, I can get one bolt in there, and I'll weld the tab, but I'd have to see if this would be too high on the engine, you know, unless I just weld two weld bungs right there, and then I could put my, oh, this is actually, it doesn't matter. Just weld that shut, flip it and put it in the front, put a -10 there. I probably have enough valve covers to be able to do it, but that's if those other valve covers don't show up in a timely manner. My patience is growing thin. When you're not given a timeline and it's months you've been waiting, get a little anxious. So I need valve covers. Like I said, I ordered my injectors. When the injectors show up, I hope my adapters are the right height. I'm not sure if those are EV1 height or not, since I cut them and welded them and everything. Not 100%. I get the whole fuel system in the car, get that all plumbed. Showed you the intercooler's all plumbed. I gotta plumb the oil drain lines, valve covers, finish wiring, fill it with fluids and fire this thing. Like, we're not far off from firing this thing up. I got to measure for push rods and order push rods. But I'm going to do that after I get back. You'll see this while I'm in mid-vacation. Hopefully I get this thing all edited and uploaded and scheduled. I'll leave you to it. Get to work. Today was 80 degrees. Summer's here in my eyes. Spring's here. It's race car season. It's been race car season for 2 months in, the north, pretty much, essentially. A month. Get to work. Grab a cold drink. Get in the garage. Maybe we'll work on this project one of these days. I'm not working on this until this is running. And then, do you guys want to see anything on the boat? You want to see me putting a motor in the boat? Let me know if you want to see me working on that. If not, I'm not going to film it and waste the time. And, yeah. Have a great night, guys.